viewers, and welcome to Verdict View Network, your window into the nation's courtroom drama. I'm Elleris Cercelli, and tonight we bring you a special investigation into a legal tangle that shook the world of ballroom dancing and questionable sales tactics. Our story begins with Audrey Vokes, a 51-year-old widow who simply wanted to find a new hobby, but instead found herself dancing through thousands of dollars in lesson purchases, thanks to a studio that told her she had undiscovered talent. Was this authentic dance coaching or a calculated performance designed to keep a customer paying? To find out, we'll bring you exclusive reenactments, interviews, and legal insight that will make you question every compliment you've ever received. Stay tuned as we dive into Vokes versus Arthur Murray, the case that proves sometimes the only thing you're dancing around is the truth. In the early 1960s, ballroom dancing was more than a pastime. It was a social movement. Dance studios across the country promised grace, confidence, and a chance to step into an entirely new world. Among those drawn in was Audrey Vokes, a 51-year-old widow looking for a fresh start. With no dance experience but plenty of enthusiasm, she walked into an Arthur Murray dance studio, hoping to learn something new and maybe rediscover a little joy along the way. Arthur Murray studios were famous for their lesson packages, structured, tiered programs that encouraged students to commit to their dancing journey step by step. The more lessons you bought, the more your potential was said to grow. But in Audrey's case, those promises went much further. According to her later allegations, instructors repeatedly told her that she had exceptional talent she could unlock with just a few more hours, and then a few more after that. Encouraged by their praise, Audrey continued to purchase lesson package after package, ultimately investing in more than 2,000 hours of instruction. But behind the rhythm and reassurance, Audrey began to suspect that the compliments were not a reflection of her ability, but a strategy. Here is a look into when Ms. Vokes was first introduced to the Arthur Murray Dance Studio.
Well, thank you so much for bringing me here today. I didn't know how much I needed this.
Of course, I know you needed to get out of the house, and besides, these dancers can be a little intimidating, so I'm glad you came with me.
Bye, Marianne. You killed it today.
You are too sweet. By the way, I wanted to introduce you to my friend Audrey.
Hi, my name is JP Davenport. I haven't seen you in the studio yet. What brought you in today?
Well, to be honest, I've always wanted to do ballroom dancing, and ever since my husband died, I've just needed a new hobby, and I figured, maybe it's not too late to take up dancing.
It's not too late at all. It's coming to the perfect spot. What are you interested in? Waltz, foxtrot, something more lively like the cha-cha?
Oh, I'm not sure. I don't really know if I'm talented, to be honest. I just wanted to try something new.
This is Vokes. You absolutely have potential. Some people just walk in here with that natural rhythm. I can tell you got what we're looking for.
Really? You can tell just by meeting me?
Oh, it's easy to spot. We've trained hundreds of dancers before. I can tell you got what we're looking for. So why don't we just start with like a quick one-on-one?
Audrey, that would be great. I say you give it a shot.
Well, alright. Yeah, I'd like that.
Follow my lead. Put your left hand on my shoulder, my hand on your waist. See? You're a natural. Why don't we start with something basic like a box step? See? You're a natural. With just a few of my lessons, you become a truly graceful dancer.
Well, I guess a few lessons couldn't hurt. When I first walked into that studio, I just wanted something positive in my life. Lost my husband, and dancing felt like a way to move forward, literally and figuratively. I wasn't confident about my skills, but the instructors, they told me I had natural ability, that I was improving faster than most beginners. And when you hear that, especially from professionals, you believe it. You want to believe it. Every time I finished a set of lessons, they tell me I was on the verge of a breakthrough, that with just a few more hours, I could become a truly elegant dancer. And it felt encouraging, like I was finally good at something. But after years and thousands of dollars, I realized I wasn't progressing the way they said I was. Not at all. And it hit me that the praise wasn't about my improvement. It was about selling more lessons. I trusted them, and finding out that trust was used against me, that was the hardest part.
See? Mrs. Vokes, that was excellent. You carried yourself with so much more confidence than last week.
Really? Thank you. I don't know, I still feel a little unsteady though. It's hard to tell if I'm truly getting better.
Trust me, you are. Improvement like that doesn't happen every day. You're natural. Trust me, with more lessons, you're gonna get up there.
I hope so. I've really been trying my best.
Absolutely, Mrs. Vokes. You've completed your current package perfectly. To keep progressing up and up, I recommend improving to the next package.
Another package? I'm not sure if I can handle any more than this.
Mrs. Vokes, you're beyond ready. You can't lose all the hours you put in. Let's say you put in like another 100 hours or so with the new advanced program. You know how good you could become?
I do really want to keep improving. You really think I can reach that level?
I wouldn't say it if I didn't believe it. You're one of our most promising students, and with just more time, you'll be the best in no time.
All right, I suppose I'll sign up.
Wonderful. Let me get the paperwork started as we speak. Yeah, Arthur Murray, our philosophy was always about encouragement. Right, so people came to us nervous, unsure of themselves. Part of our job was helping them feel capable, helping them believe they could be dancers. Now, do we compliment students often? Of course we do. Positive reinforcement is a major part of teaching. Most beginners, they don't stick with it unless they feel supported. As for Mrs. Vokes, she was a very dedicated student. She showed up, she practiced, she tried. And when someone put in that kind of effort, it's natural to tell them that they're improving, because in some ways, they are. Like, none of us were trying to mislead her. We weren't judges on a competitive panel. We were instructors. Our role was to motivate, to inspire, and yes, sometimes to guide students into programs. Now, that would help them develop further. Did she buy a lot of lessons? Yeah, but she was enthusiastic. She wanted to keep going. We simply offered her the opportunity to continue her progress. Now, I understand how it may look now, but at the time, we believed we were helping her chase something that she truly wanted. That was always our intention.
In total, Vokes signed 14 separate contracts and spent over $31,000 in lessons. When Audrey Vokes finally realized she wasn't progressing in ballroom dancing, she took her concerns to court. And the legal question at the heart of the case was surprisingly simple, yet hugely important. Were the instructors merely encouraging her, or were they misleading her? You see, in business law, there's a big difference between opinion and fact. A salesperson telling you, "You look great today," or "This car is the best on the market," that's an opinion. We call it puffery. Exaggerated praise that no reasonable person is expected to take seriously. But here's the twist. When someone with superior knowledge or expertise gives an opinion, and a customer reasonably relies on it, that so-called opinion can cross the line. In Audrey's case, the instructors weren't just supporters. They were trained dance professionals, people she trusted to evaluate her progress honestly. So when they repeatedly told her that she had exceptional talent and was on the verge of a breakthrough, the court said, that's not just puffery anymore. Not if they knew she wasn't improving and used those statements to sell her thousands of dollars in lessons. While the trial court dismissed the case, the Court of Appeals for the 2nd District of Florida reversed their decision and ultimately ruled that an opinion can become actionable misrepresentation when it's given by someone who holds themselves out as an expert, knows the customer is relying on them, and uses that influence to make a sale. In other words, sometimes the law won't let you dance around the truth. Reporting from VVN Legal, I'm Elleris Cercelli. Back to you.
Well, I mean, that wasn't terrible, right? JP says I'm getting closer to mastering that turn.
Audrey, can we talk for a second?
Yeah. Is everything okay?
Look, I've been watching you dance for a very long time now, and I have to tell you something, not as a dance student, but as your friend.
Yeah, what is it?
You're just not progressing the way they keep telling you that you are.
What? But JP tells me I'm improving. He always tells me I'm on the right track.
Audrey, I've been with these classes with you, and you're still struggling with the basics. There's no shame in that, though. Dance is hard, but they've been pushing you into these advanced packages when you're not even close to that level.
I don't understand. Why would they keep telling me all of these praises? He keeps telling me I have natural talent. Why would he say that when I can barely get through the routine?
Audrey, it's because you trusted them. Every time your package is almost up, they flatter you. It doesn't feel like teaching, it feels like selling.
I've spent years, all this money, and I thought I was finally getting good at something.
But you are good at something. You're brave, you're hopeful, and you're dedicated. But they took advantage of that. And I didn't want to say anything until I was sure, but today made that clear. You deserve honesty, Audrey.
But I trusted them. Every word they said. It was all just sales talk.
I think you need to talk to someone. A lawyer, maybe. Someone who can tell you what your rights are.
No one should be treated like this. I'm not letting it happen again. To me or anyone else. I'm taking action. Starting now.
Here is an expert opinion on the case from Andrew Velvetti.
The court ultimately sided with Ms. Vokes because the instructor's statements weren't just harmless compliments. They were repeated assurances made by professionals, people with clear expertise who knew she relied on their evaluations. And when those assurances weren't used to sell her thousands of dollars in lessons she didn't need, the court said that crossed a legal line. This case is significant because it shows that puffery, the kind that exaggerated praise businesses give all the time, can become actionable when it comes from someone with a superior knowledge. If an expert gives an opinion, they know it's true, and a customer depends on it. It can legally count as misrepresentation. The judges also emphasized Vokes' vulnerability. She wasn't a dancer. She had no independent way to judge her own progress. She trusted the instructors completely. That dynamic made the misleading comments far more serious. Vokes versus Arthur Murray set an important precedent. In businesses built on specialized knowledge, dance instruction, coaching, even financial advising, professionals cannot hide behind opinions if those opinions manipulate clients. The case made clear that expertise carries responsibility and that trust cannot be used as a sales strategy.
Tonight, we follow the story of Audrey Vokes, a woman who walked into a dance studio searching for confidence and community and walked out with a lawsuit that reshaped the boundaries of salesmanship. The court ruled that Arthur Murray Studio's assurances weren't merely kind words or motivational coaching. They were statements made by experts that were delivered in a way that caused Ms. Vokes to rely on them and used to sell her lesson after lesson she truly didn't need. In other words, what began as encouragement crossed into deception once it was tied to the studio's financial gain and backed by authority of trained instructors. The case of Vokes versus Arthur Murray serves as a reminder that expertise carries responsibility. When professionals speak, clients listen, and the law expects honesty, not manipulation, to lead the dance. Thank you for joining us for this VVN special report on Vokes versus Arthur Murray, where the dance of persuasion crossed into misrepresentation. I'm Ella Cercelli. Stay informed, stay aware, and have a good night.